and welcome to this sewing tutorial. Today's video is just a quick one to show you how to use a Tailors Ham, which is this item right here, for hand sewing. I will admit I bought this Tailors Ham specifically for hand sewing. I do not use it for doing any kind of pressing or ironing. So I basically just don't use it the way it's supposed to be used. Okay, if you want to try this, you will need a Tailors Ham. This is a smaller size. This is normally used for cuffs or sleeves. The standard size looks like a ham. It's the shape of a ham. You will need at least one straight pin. You'll need your scissors, thread, a needle, and of course the item that you're working on. Currently, I'm doing some sewing on some linen. This is going to be a sleeve, in theory, at some point. So I have already pressed my fabric. You don't have to. I did because I find it a little easier. So all you need to do with this, and I should say what this is for, is when I'm hand sewing, if I don't have my ham, to get this stitch really nice and even and straight, what I end up doing is sort of pinching the thread between two fingers, pinching the fabric between another two fingers, and then sewing here, which is fine, it works. But my hands get really tired after a while. And if I'm going to make something large, that doesn't work so well for me. So this basically takes the place of one of those sets of fingers. So you take your ham, set it up so it's a nice comfortable distance. So you take your fabric, and either at the place you're going to start sewing or wherever you left off, which for me is right here, I'm going to place that on the edge of my ham and just take a pin and pin it on. If you're starting your sewing project, you will need to do a couple of stitches at the very beginning, just because it's really hard to stitch where that actual pin is. All right, and I have my thread. This is just going to be a quick hem stitch. So I'm going to start out by just taking a really small part of the base fabric, a tiny stitch into the fold, come through, go forward a little bit, and do that again. And I apologize if this isn't the best angle. I can't actually see the camera right now, so I don't know what's happening. But what you will see is that when I'm stitching, this is maybe twice as fast as I can stitch if I'm trying to hold the tightness of the fabric with just my hand on both points, as opposed to having the ham available. So there's your very quick. Now what happens once you get to the end? You literally just pick it up, move it back over, pin it right back down, continue sewing. I found that this was just incredibly useful, incredibly fast and handy. And this is not super heavy. It's a little bit weight. It's not super big, so I can take it with me if I'm going to go to an SCA event, which is medieval reenactment. Throw it in my basket and I have it for sewing. So yeah, great way to learn how to hand sew and make your hand sewing very fast. And also I find, see if I can get this close enough for you to see, I find that my stitches come out much neater when I have this sort of extra assistance. I hope this video is helpful for you, and let me know in the comments if there are any other videos that you would like me to make, and I'll be happy to do that. So until then, bye AnTir!